CIET NCERT presents audiobook Khel Yatra, textbook of physical education and well-being for grade 8.
Page 214, Chapter 4, Pranayama. Our daily habits from exercise and work to sleep and even food greatly affect pran. Pran is the vital energy needed by our physical and subtle layers without which the body would perish. It is the pran or life force within us that nourishes the mind and keeps the body alive. In our bodies, our thoughts, feelings, and imagination have an even stronger influence on this energy. While often described as breath control, pranayama is more than just breathing exercises. The word yama means to control or regulate, usually referring to rules or codes of conduct. Pranayama goes beyond simple respiration and is best practiced after performing asanas, yoga postures, as part of a complete yoga routine. Before we learn pranayama in this grade, let us review our practice from the previous grade, such as sectional breathing, Nadi Shuddhi Pranayama, Bhramari Pranayama, and Bhastrika Pranayama. There are 4 images at the bottom of the page. On the left, the child is kneeling on a yoga mat with knees together, sitting on their heels. Arms rest naturally at the sides of the hands on thighs. In the second picture from the left, the child is in kneeling position with hands placed on thighs with fists closed. In the third picture also, the child is in kneeling position with hands placed on thighs with fists closed. The last picture towards right, the child is in kneeling position with hands with fists closed touching each other on the lower abdomen. It is captioned as sectional breathing. Page 215. On the top of the page, there are 3 images. On the left, the child is kneeling on yoga mat with knees together, sitting back on heels. The right hand is raised to the face with fingers positioned near the nose. The left arm rests on left thigh. It is captioned Nadi Shuddhi Pranayama. In the middle, the child is in kneeling position with both hands resting on thighs. It is captioned Bhramari Pranayama. On the right, the child is seated in cross-legged position on a mat with eyes closed and both palms on the knees. It is captioned Bhastrika Pranayama. For safe and effective pranayama, remember these guidelines. Point 1. Always breathe naturally through your nose. Point 2. Sit comfortably with your back straight. Start slowly, gradually increasing your practice time. Point 3. If you feel dizzy and have respiratory issues, inform your teacher immediately. Point 4. Remember, pranayama is about gradual process, so consistent practice will bring positive changes. Refer to Khel Yoga Grade 6 textbook for the above practices. In this grade, let us learn additional pranayama practices such as Surya Bhedan Pranayama and Chandra Bhedan Pranayama. Surya Bhedan Pranayama. Surya Bhedana Pranayama is also known as right nostril breathing. In this practice, we inhale, breathe in through the right nostril and exhale, breathe out through the left. Here is how to do it. Remember to keep your eyes, temples, eyebrows and forehead completely relaxed throughout the practice. Page 216. Prarambhika Sthiti, starting position. Step 1. Sit in Vajrasana or Sukhasana with the spine erect, the face relaxed and the eyes gently closed. Adopt Chin Mudra in both hands and place it on the thighs. Step 2. Adopt Nasika Mudra in the right hand. Stay in this posture with normal breathing for a count of 10. Step 3. Gently close the left nostril using the ring and the little fingers on the right hand. Inhale through the right nostril. Step 4. Close the right nostril with the thumb. Open the left nostril and exhale. Step 5. After the practice, drop the right hand, adopt chin mudra and observe the changes. Repeat the practice for 5 rounds. On the top of the page, there are 5 images from left to right. Step 1, Step 2, Step 3, Step 4 and Step 5. Benefits. Point 1. Surya Bhedan Pranayama strengthens the immune system and increases the efficiency of the digestive system. Point 2. It destroys the intestinal worms as per Hat Pradipika. Point 3. It relieves asthma, cold, low blood pressure and gastric problems. Point 4. It increases the body temperature and helps in weight loss. Page 217. Limitations. Point 1. Students with heart problems should avoid this practice. Point 2. Students suffering from fever should avoid this practice completely. Point 3. Never practice Surya Bhedan Pranayama after eating. Chandra Bhedan Pranayama. Chandra Bhedan Pranayama is also known as left nostril breathing. In this practice, we inhale, breathe in through the left nostril and exhale, breath out through the right. There is how to do it. Remember to completely relax your eyes, temples, eyebrows and forehead throughout the practice. Prarambhika Sthiti, starting position. Step 1. Adopt chin mudra in both hands and place it on the thighs. Step 2. Adopt Nasika mudra in the right hand. Stay in the posture with normal breathing for a count of 10. Step 3. Gently close the right nostril using the thumb of the right hand. Inhale through the left nostril. Step 4. Close the left nostril with the ring and the little finger. Open the right nostril and exhale. One cycle of inhalation and exhalation forms one round. Step 5. After the practice, drop the right hand, adopt chin mudra and observe the changes. Repeat the practice for 5 rounds. At the center of the page, there are 5 images from left to right. Step 1, Step 2, Step 3, Step 4 and Step 5. Page 218. Benefits. Point 1. Chandra Bhedan Pranayama cools the body and reduces body heat. Point 2. This practice reduces laziness. Point 3. It is beneficial for relieving stress and agitation. Limitations. Point 1. It should not be practiced during winter. Point 2. Students suffering from asthma and heart disease should avoid this practice. Notes for the teacher. Point 1. Ensure students do equal rounds in both nostrils and do not overdo the practice. Point 2. Encourage students to share their experiences after the practice. Mudras. Mudras are gentle yet powerful movements, often involving the hands, that act like a silent language of your body. These movements can shift how you feel, think and see the world around you, making you more focused and aware. Sometimes a mudra uses your whole body, combining asana, pranayama and focused visualization. Ancient yoga texts consider mudras a key part of yoga, best learned after you are comfortable with basic yoga practices, as they help to refine the inner awareness and clear any major energy blocks. In this grade, let us learn how to perform Tadak Mudra. Tadak Mudra, the pond gesture. In Sanskrit, Tadak means a human-made pond or reservoir and Mudra means a seal or gesture. Page 219. So, Tadak Mudra is like creating the shape of a pond with your body in a seated forward bend. This yoga pose involves sitting, using a specific breathing method and focusing the mind, including gently drawing the stomach inward. It combines body, breath and awareness to create the pond gesture, mudra. This mudra should be practiced on an empty stomach early or at least 3 hours after the last meal. On the right side of the page, there is an image of a child seated on a mat with legs stretched out and touching toes with hands. Step-by-step instructions for Tadak Mudra. Come to Dandasana. Come to Dandasana. Step 1. Sit with the legs stretched out and feet slightly apart. Close your eyes and relax the whole body, especially the abdominal region. Step 2. Now slowly lean forward and grasp the big toes with the thumb, index and second finger. Step 3. Keep the head facing forward. Now inhale slowly and deeply, expanding the abdominal muscles to their fullest extent. Step 4. Now exhale slowly and deeply while relaxing the abdomen. Repeat the breathing for 5 times and then slowly release your toes and return to Dandasana. Relax in Shithil Dandasana. Benefits. Point 1. Tadak Mudra strengthens the diaphragm and tones the pelvic floor muscles. Point 2. This mudra improves the appetite and cures digestive disorders. Page 220. Limitations. Point 1. Students who have undergone recent surgery and hip or leg injury should avoid this practice. Point 2. Students with heart disease and hernia should avoid this practice. Notes for the teacher. Point 1. Students can attempt 3 rounds in one session and gradually progress to 5 rounds. Point 2. Ensure students do not move their body while doing the practice. Pratyahara. Pratyahara is the 5th limb of Ashtanga Yoga, which teaches us to focus our minds by gently drawing our attention away from distractions. It is like turning down the noise of the outside world to better hear what's happening within us. Pratyahara is a practice that helps to calm our mind by training our 5 senses, sight, hearing, taste, touch and smell, to draw nourishment from within rather than just from the outside world. The word Pratyahara comes from Sanskrit. Prati means away from and ahara means nourishment. Thus, Pratyahara refers to withdrawing the senses from external stimuli. Think of it like a tortoise drawing its limbs into its shell for protection. In the same way, Pratyahara teaches us to withdraw our senses from distractions gently. On the right side of the page at the center, there is an image of a tortoise. By practicing Indriya Pratyahara, the control of the senses, we learn to turn our attention inward. When you want to concentrate, try gently pulling your awareness away from what you see, hear, taste, touch and smell. With regular practice, your ability to focus will strengthen, as if placing a do not disturb sign on your mind to preserve your concentration. Page 221. Here is a verse from the Katha Upanishad. Tam yog miti manyate sthirmindriya dharanam. That is called yoga, where the senses are controlled and held steady. Activity. My inner tortoise shell. Point 1. Sit in a comfortable place with your eyes gently closed. Point 2. Try to focus on your breath even when there are many distractions around you. For example, noises or a yummy smell from a bakery might pull your attention away. Point 3. Now imagine you are like a tortoise. Slowly and gently pull your senses inward like a turtle drawing its head and legs into its shell. Point 1. Sight. Gently stop focusing on what is in front of you. Imagine your eyes are closed even when they are open and focus only on the darkness behind your eyelids. Point 2. Hearing. Try not to pay attention to the sounds around you. Instead, listen only to your quiet thoughts. Point 3. Smell. Gently ignore any smells in the air. Notice the air as it comes in and out of your nose. Point 4. Taste. Be aware of the taste in your mouth. but do not try to change or focus on it too much. Just let it be. Point 5. Touch. Notice how your body is sitting or resting. Observe the sensations but do not get too involved in them. Just be aware. Take a few slow, deep breaths while your senses are inside your shell. Notice how your mind feels a little quieter and more still. Page 222. After a minute or two, gently bring your awareness back to the outside world. Notice how you feel. Think about how it felt to pull your attention inward gently. Did it help you feel more focused or calmer? This simple practice is a little taste of Pratyahara, learning to create your own inner shell to protect your focus. You can try this anytime you need to concentrate. This skill can also be helpful in many situations like studying, paying attention in class, or dealing with overwhelming feelings. Dharana, Dhyan, and Samadhi. Notes for the teacher. Point 1. Read the activity beforehand to familiarize the students with the steps and the intended experience. Point 2. You may choose to play soft, calming background music. Point 3. Briefly discuss how focusing inward can enhance students' learning and understanding. Point 4. Encourage students to share their experiences. Dharana, Dhyana, and Samadhi are limbs of Ashtanga Yoga that help calm and still the mind. These practices are about learning to control the mind and improve focus. In them, the mind becomes the most important tool. Understanding how our mind works is the key to being healthy and happy. These three practices support this understanding. They lead to a state where we can control our thoughts, gain wisdom, and experience deep peace and joy. Essentially, they involve training the mind to concentrate on one specific object. Focus means keeping your attention on a single point. It has two main aspects. First, it involves keeping the mind within a specific boundary, not allowing it to wander. Second, even when many things try to distract you, focus is about actively choosing to stay with that one thing. Focusing takes efforts, and the more distractions there are, the harder it becomes. Page 223. What is dharana? This spot for meditation could be a thought, an object, or a sound like a mantra. Fixing the mind on one of these is called dharana. Dharana means holding or absorbing focus and is about concentrating on a specific area or object. It is not about focusing on a tiny point but rather than keeping the mind within a specific boundary. You can focus on many things depending on your intention. For example, some ancient teachings suggest focusing on the navel to understand the human body or on the throat to control hunger and thirst. You might also focus on a statue, the story of a wise person, or even the breath. Practicing dharana helps us become more aware of ourselves and less ignorant. It makes the mind more stable and less prone to wandering, bringing peace and emotional balance. In this grade, let us learn the art of focusing through the practice of Jyoti Trataka. Our eyes are amazing organs that allow us to see the world around us. However, with its stresses and increased screen time, modern life can negatively affect our vision. Yoga offers a practice called Trataka, which may help reduce stress and improve specific eye problems. Trataka means steady gazing or concentrated viewing. It is a practice where you focus on an object or a symbol. In Jyoti Trataka, we use the light or flame of a lamp as the point of focus, and preparatory exercises are performed before practicing it. Let us now follow a step-by-step preparatory practice for Jyoti Trataka. Page 224. Sit in Sukhasana or Vajrasana. Step 1. Tilting left and right with the right eye closed. Close your right eye. With your left eye open, gaze at the light while tilting your head to the right and left. Do not blink. After a few rounds, do simple palming. Step 2. Tilting left and right with the left eye closed. Now close your left eye. With your right eye open, gaze at the light while tilting your head to the right and left. Do not blink. After a few rounds, do simple palming. Step 3. Bending forward and backwards with the right eye closed. Close your right eye. With your left eye open, gaze at the light while moving your head forward and backwards. Do not blink, then do simple palming. Step 4. Bending forward and backwards with the left eye closed. Close your left eye. With your right eye open, gaze at the light while moving your head forward and backwards. Do not blink, then do simple palming. On the top of the page, there are 4 images. On the top row, from left to right, step 1, step 2. On the bottom row, from left to right, step 3 and step 4. Page 225. Notes for the teacher. Point 1. During the practice, use dim light. Point 2. Ensure the students move their heads gently and slowly. Point 3. Encourage students to do palming after each step to relax. Preparation of light. In a darkened room, the room does not have to be completely dark. Place a lamp or candle on a table. Have students sit in a circle around the table, each about an arm's length away from the other. Carefully light the lamp or candle. Dhyana. Dhyana is like a smooth, steady stream, like oil flowing without interruption. It is a state of deep focus where your mind is completely absorbed in one thing. Think about the times when you have been so immersed in a game or music that you did not notice anything else. That is a taste of dhyana. In yogic texts, dhyana is compared to a smooth stream of oil. When oil is poured from one vessel to another, it flows seamlessly like a cautious stream. Tel Dharavat. Dhyana should be continuous like Tel Dharavat. Now let us practice simple meditation techniques step by step. Point 1. Sit comfortably in Sukhasana or Vajrasana with your spine erect and eyes closed. Point 2. Slowly move your awareness to your breath. Observe your breathing for a few moments as you inhale and exhale. Point 3. If thoughts arise in your mind, do not worry. Gently bring your attention back to your breath. Point 4. Practice this for a few minutes. This is dhyan, focusing on your breath and allowing your mind to become calm and peaceful. Page 226. Samadhi. Samadhi is like reaching perfection in something you have practiced for a long time. Think of a master musician who plays their instrument so well that it seems like an extension of their body. That effortless skill and oneness with the instrument is similar to samadhi. It is a natural state that happens when you have truly mastered something. Krida Yoga. Krida means play, but it is much more than just fun and games. It is vital to healthy development, fostering physical and mental well-being. Krida Yoga is an inherently joyful activity driven by our natural desire to move and explore. It does not require strict rules or pre-planned outcomes. It is about active participation, not just watching. When we engage in Krida, we often create our own rules and explore movement without the pressure of being right or wrong. Nam Smaranam. Nam Smaranam is an indoor game normally played in groups. This game improves memory. How to play? Point 1. All students must sit in a circle. Point 2. When the whistle blows, each student must identify a yogic concept such as yam, niyam, names of the sun, asanas, pranayama, or mudras individually. Point 3. Students who cannot name a concept or repeat a previously mentioned one will be considered out. Point 4. A special clap or cheer can be given at the end of the game. On the right side of the page, there is an image of children sitting in a circle. Page 227. Notes for the teacher. Point 1. Variations are encouraged to make the game enjoyable. Point 2. As a variation, include a section where students have to pair the name of the asanas or pranayama with its benefits. Point 3. Ensure all students participate in the game. Ha ha ha. Ha 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 is a fun circular group game. It helps us become more aware of ourselves and others and also helps us develop healthy emotions. Playing this game can improve lung capacity. How to play? Point 1. All students sit in a circle. Point 2. At the sound of the whistle, the first student says ha once. Point 3. The second student says ha ha twice. Point 4. In this way, the third student says it 3 times, the fourth student says it 4 times, and so on, but not more than 5 times. Point 5. The words must be spoken clearly. Point 6. Those who laugh or miss the number are considered out. On the right side of the page, there is an image of children sitting in circle in a ground. Notes for the teacher. Point 1. Different sounds can be used as variations to make the game enjoyable. Point 2. It is a fun game, so do not exert too much pressure on the students. Nurturing emotional well-being during the transition phase. Growing up, especially during the exciting yet sometimes overwhelming period of adolescence, ages 10 to 19, you can face many rapid changes in your body, mind, and feelings, including puberty. Page 228. To navigate this transition smoothly and blossom into healthy adults, it is crucial to develop positive ways to handle challenges. This involves understanding our culture, being mindful of our thoughts, staying determined in our efforts, and choosing supportive friends. When it comes to managing emotions during this time of change, it's very important to remember that if you are experiencing emotional turbulence, reaching out is key. Talking about your feelings and sharing them with a trusted elder, teacher, or counselor is much healthier than keeping them bottled up or isolating yourself. Practices like meditation can also be incredibly helpful in understanding and balancing your emotions. Besides this, engaging in creative activities, pursuing hobbies, and spending time connecting with nature through nature walks can also play a significant role in maintaining emotional well-being. By building these positive values and skills, you will be better equipped to stay healthy, happy, and make good choices as you mature. Yoga practices for anxiety and anger management. While anxiety and anger are natural responses we all experience when faced with life's stresses, intense or frequent feelings can negatively impact our well-being. Yoga provides us with valuable tools to manage these emotions. A consistent daily practice that includes loosening exercises, Surya Namaskar, asanas, relaxation techniques, pranayama, mudras, and dhyana can help us navigate anxiety and anger, leading to a calmer and more balanced life. It's important to remember that while yoga is a powerful support for coping with everyday stress and preventing intense feelings, it is not a replacement for professional help. If you find that frequent or intense anxiety or anger significantly disrupts your positive life, reaching out for guidance from health experts is a positive step. Page 229. Seeking help from a counselor or psychologist. is normal and should not be considered something to avoid. Just like we seek help for physical health, taking care of our mental and emotional well being is equally important. Note, adolescents often experiences frustration and anger when they cannot get what they want. But did you know that these feelings can start with our own thoughts? The Bhagavad Gita explains it in this way. If you keep thinking about something you like, you start to become attached to it. This attachment then grows into a strong desire to have it. When you cannot get what you really want, this desire can turn into anger. ध्यायतो विषयानुपुंसः संगस्य तेषु पजायते संगत संजायते कामः कामत क्रोधो विजायते क्रोधात् भवति सम्मोहः सम्मोहात् स्मृति विभ्रमः स्मृति भ्रंशात् बुद्धिनाशो बुद्धिनाशात् प्रश्यन्ति. Unit 6, Chapter 4 ends here.
Khel Yatra. You are just listening to the textbook of Physical Education and Well-being for Grade 8. Narration Swati Verma. Sound recordist Prasoon Kumar. Assistance in production Arshad Ahmed. Directed and produced by Vimalesh Chaudhary. This audiobook is brought to you by CIET NCERT, New Delhi, India.